Welcome to the Protractor 360, Filling the Knowledge Gap. With me, Patricia Nandago. Here, we delve into demystifying and clarifying the various issues affecting people out there in society. And we have commonly heard of scholarships from the Mandela Program. We have heard of scholarships from the Aga Khan Foundation, scholarship from MasterCard Foundation, and the Commonwealth as well. So today, we are basically looking at the Commonwealth scholarships. And with me, I'm blessed to have Mr. Collins Ogara, the president of the Commonwealth Scholarships and Fellowship Alumni Association of Uganda. And he's going to delve into the processes that you need to apply for the scholarships. What do you need to be a beneficiary of these scholarships? All those things that you're questioning yourself about the Commonwealth scholarships, he's going to give you the answers to them. As I know, many of you Ugandans are vying for quality education and you're looking for scholarships outside of Uganda for both the postgraduate and undergraduate levels. You're welcome, Mr. Collins Ogara.
Thank you very much. I am, like you said, I'm Ogara Colin, and it's a privilege and an honor to share with Ugandans the opportunities that are out there, specifically around the Commonwealth scholarships. To date, we have received as a country over 1,900 scholarships at master's level, PhD levels, and different fellowships. I would also like to bring to your attention that these scholarships have a lucrative attachment to them, and to date, a lot has been done to ensure that we bridge the gender gap when it comes to education. And at least I can confidently tell you that 3/4 of these scholarships have benefited females.
That is really so amazing. So, Mr. Collins, as a member, actually, as the president of the Commonwealth Scholarships and Fellowship Association,
Yeah.
what exactly does this association do?
Wow, thank you very much. The association was begun in Uganda in the year 2014, and I was privileged to be part of the founding ad hoc executive committee, and our role was experiencing scholarships in the UK and coming back and having challenges. We realized the need to bring ourselves together, build synergies, but also support each other to get opportunities and live up to the ambitions and aspirations that the career competencies we get in the UK are met. Specifically, many of the human resource managers until very recently continue to fear to employ alumni or the scholars who have come back to this country because of the different competitions and attitudes about.
Do they feel they are overly qualified?
Yes, there's the aspect of overly qualified, but also you have supervisors, heads of departments and programs who feel that these scholars are going to come and take over their jobs. So there is that inferiority, superiority conflicts that plays around. And so many of our scholars come back and they are into depression. Sometimes they're out of job for years. And so that was one of the reasons why we decided to set up this association. The other reason is a country like Uganda benefits from scholarships based on the quality of proposals, personal statements, and choice of thematic areas that we apply for scholarships. For example, we have 5 thematic areas that the Commonwealth Commission, in partnership with the government of Uganda, has prioritized. So we realize the need to help Ugandans to write winning personal statements, winning proposals, and also linking them with the professors and the universities and other scholars who are doing either masters or PhDs in the UK, so that they have a feel and also are able to deal with the cultural shocks, but also create that linkage within the different universities in the entire UK.
Speaking of scholarships, we know most Ugandans want to attain quality education. Most Ugandans are looking for an opportunity where they can attain quality education, but but maybe not at a huge fee, but some assistance, because there are certain positions that they want to occupy, but they feel they can't really be well trained or well prepared for these positions while in Uganda.
Yes.
So they look for scholarships in foreign countries. As a member of the Commonwealth Scholarships and Fellowships Alumni Association,
Yes.
how does one apply for these scholarships, or what makes an individual eligible for these scholarships so that they cannot miss out on the benefits that come with the scholarships?
Wow, thank you. That's a very good question. I'll start by identifying the kind of scholarships that exist within the Commonwealth. So you have the fellowships, which are a short term, 3 to 6 months, and you're going for targeted training or targeted skilling in a specific thematic area. And then you have the master's scholarships. The master's scholarships and PhD scholarships. Those ones are broken into 3. You have the full-time scholarships, where you apply and go to a university in the UK and finish either a year, 3 to 5 years, depending on the master's or the PhD.
So that calls me to quit my job in case I'm employed?
Yes. But there are others for those. So you have the split master's and the split PhD, where you do some time in the UK and some time in your country. And so that also addresses the issue of those who need to go in and come out. Then there is the purely distance master's scholarship. But for the PhDs, apart from the universities like Open University that do online, the other universities, usually you need to quit your job and go. So the second master's, which is purely distance, you study from your mother institution or where you're employed or where you're working, and get some time over the day, over the week, the weekend or the week to participate in class and give academic input to the academic program you are enrolled for. Okay. Many of them include education, you have health, you have statistics, you have engineering. So in each of those subdivisions, you can work from your desk and also study. So it is an opportunity for you to comfortably choose what fits you as an individual and what addresses your career or professional need, and apply specifically for that scholarship category within the Commonwealth scholarships for you.
So is there any sum of money that is paid for someone to apply for these? Is there a particular age group? Is there a particular qualification that you should be having for you to benefit from these scholarships? Because there are those that say we only take from postgraduate, we don't take undergraduates. There are those that say, oh, we do cater for the undergraduate students. For the postgrad, they could say you need to have a first-class degree, you need to have a second-class upper degree. Yes. So what are those particular qualifications that an individual that would want to benefit from these scholarships?
This is a meritorious scholarship. Meritorious in the sense that it's a scholarship that is built on merit. And so merit comes with a number of things. Merit comes with academic excellence, merit comes with innovation, merit comes with ability to demonstrate that your skill or the skill gap, if addressed, would impact locally, nationally, regionally, and continentally, because we know that labor is global, and it is really rewarded where it goes most. So it's important for you to excel, but also it's important for you to be very specific about what you want, demonstrate it, and be able to put that down on paper. In terms of money, it is a meritorious scholarship. It is 150% free. It is based on merit, and there are a number of nominating agencies that are responsible for nominating. And so I encourage Ugandans to click either onto our website or the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission website and identify the universities, the programs, and the nominating agencies in each country. Now, a country like Uganda has about 4 or 5 nominating agencies. And fortunately, one of the organizations that nominates is one I work for, FAWE Uganda. Yeah. And it focuses a lot on the female scholars. And again, those who are applying for the scholarships and are female. So priority is given to females because of its rooting and the foundation for its creation as Forum for African Women Educationists. So the slots are really for women. But we have a number of other nominating agencies like Window Trust International. We have Haki. We have the Ministry of Education. We also have universities like Makerere, Mbarara, that are part of the nominating agencies. And so really it is an opportunity. I think even USO is also a nominating agency. So really there are different platforms, and all you need to do is just look at the website under the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission, or even our own website, the Uganda Commonwealth Scholars, Fellows and Fellows Alumni Association of Uganda. Yes. And they reach out to it and do, but also link up to the Alumni Association. Like I said, part of our mandate is to help Ugandans to apply at no cost. And it is part of our give back, because when you apply for these scholarships, the primary interest is to demonstrate to your country or to the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission that when you return, you are going to impact. And so as an executive, as the Alumni Association, we found it reasonably responsible for us to take on one of our roles as an outward-looking association to enlighten students in the universities who are doing their degrees in their final years, and those even who are in the masters who are planning for PhDs, to kind of help them understand those packages they require to write, support them and mentor them and link them to universities and scholars within our networks in the UK.
You spoke of these nominating institutions. Mm-hmm. If one is applying for those scholarships, mm-hmm. do they apply through those nominating institutions, or they apply directly through the Commonwealth?
So there are 2 ways to it. Many times you apply online and indicate the nominating agency that you would want to apply to, or to be recognized as nominating. But also once you've done that, you are requested to send some of those copies to the nominating agency, either through mail or through physical. For example, I know for FAWE, it is through mail. For Haki, it is through mail. But for the Ministry of Education, the scholarship committee, you take hard copies to their office on the ministry building near Parliament down here.
Okay.
I think it is the 3rd floor, something like that, yeah. But I would also like to say, in the interest of transparency, a lot has been said about scholarships being bought and that kind of thing. It is a very competitive scholarships, and we as the association are advocating to the Central Scholarship Committee to have at least one of the executive members sit on that select committee, so that
they assure that
there
it's
is
not
that the process is really credible, yeah, although
and authentic.
Yeah, so that's really what we are really focusing for, and that is one of our flagships as my term of office as the president, to ensure that we engage. We are started engaging with the commissioner who is responsible for scholarships, and we are planning meetings in the coming months to
clear all kind of misinformation
around, yes,
regarding the scholarships, yeah, process.
True. But also, I just wanted to note that in case somebody applies for and fails, they have been treated unfairly, it would be good for them to reach out to the website. We have a good working relationship with the different nominating agencies, and it could be some level of appeal that we could have to ensure that if they truly feel in one or the other, they were credible enough to get into the program.
but then they feel like the appointment process was actually
the selection
not
process
fair.
was not fair. Yeah, true. Although I wanted also just to say that it is very competitive. And again, I just want to encourage Ugandans that even in circumstances where you use the nominating agency, there's a lot of noise around the Ministry of Education. But again, I just want to show Ugandans that Ministry of Education does the first layering, the first sorting. And then the Scholarship Commission has commissioners who do second level.
Process.
So even when the selection committee in the Ministry of Education does not pick the cream of the cream, at a second level, not all those whom the nominating agency called the Ministry of Education, for example, sends to the Scholarship Commission in the UK will be given the scholarships. It is very meritorious. So there's a famous saying that you can cheat, but if you cheat for a dull student, they will not get the opportunity.
Okay. So, Mr. Collins, still about the scholarships. Are these scholarships fully funded, or someone should at least foot like half the scholarship?
Wow. This is, in fact, I keep telling people, within the UK, we have two main scholarships that are competing. You have our scholarships, the Commonwealth Scholarships, under the Commonwealth Scholarships Commission. We also have the Chevening. But I want to tell Ugandans that the most prestigious scholarship is the Commonwealth Scholarship because it comes with a lot of benefits. It is a high-end scholarship. You are taken care of 150%. You are given medical insurance. You are even allowed to travel with your family members so long as you have evidence that you are legally married, and your family is given a stipend in addition to you. There's an extra bonus for you and your family to comfortably live in the UK during your study period. So it is a very prestigious scholarship. It comes fully taken care of, fully covered, fully prestigious. And that's why we fight a lot. There's a lot of competition for it, but also we are committed to giving back, because when you look at the amount of money put into us, over £150,000 just for a degree, a master's or a PhD, that is very significant, and that's why we think it's important for us to give back to the community in different ways.
You have spoken of one of the benefits that comes with one attaining this scholarship. What other benefits is an individual going to get as soon as they are evaluated and they pass through for these scholarships?
Wow, there are many benefits. In fact, like I said, from the time, I'm going to break them into three. From the time you are nominated, one of the benefits is you are assured of support from the British Council in the process of getting your clearance, getting your visa, getting your air ticket, getting your e-card. The e-card is a financial card that they give you to where the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission deposits your allowances on. But also, you automatically become an associate member of the Commonwealth Alumni Association. In what ways? We take responsibility to support you during pre-departure, the pre-departure briefing, where many times we link you to another scholar who is on the side, preferably in the university where you're going. And so how great does it feel for you to have a fellow Ugandan in a foreign country where there are a lot of culture shocks, being able to walk you through the first days of your stay in the UK, the weeks, the months, the years, so depending on what program you are.
With getting comfortable and conversant.
Settling in, really settling in. You settle in and feel home. Yes.
Without a lot of difficulties.
Yes. So they basically mentor you and walk you through your do's and don'ts while you're in the UK. And so that is so it helps you live a crime-free life. It helps you prevent you from getting into conflict with the law or with the law enforcers in the UK. But also just knowing that you have a fellow Ugandan is very comforting, even if your family is not there. So that in itself is okay. But also as the Alumni Association, once you go in, we continue being in touch with you. even when you have challenges. We even train you on how to apply for side hustles. And that extra money, who doesn't want it? Especially when you've gone with a family, you are allowed to work for a certain number of hours in the UK. So if you are very smart and you're able to, our alumni and our scholars are able to help you and indicate to you directions where you can get part-time jobs and earn a little more money.
Okay, that is amazing.
That is one. The other aspect is that it is one of the most prestigious scholarships.
You've really put emphasis on that.
Meaning that we say that labor is mobile. Now, in a global world, just being able to get a UK-based degree, either it's a master's or a PhD, makes or increases the value of your labor, meaning you are now a global citizen. I know scholars and fellows. There was one who was working in KCCA many years ago, 2014, and now he's working in the African Union in Ethiopia, and as an engineer planning infrastructure for Africa. And so that is just one of the many. I know many. We have a list of many who have gone to Australia, gone to the US, gone to China, gone to South Africa and other places. So just being able to get an international recognized qualification puts you at another level. Two, I say atanaita in Uganda. Atanaita yatenda nyino kufumba. The experience you have living in the UK. I'll give an example. When I was there, we had a breakdown, and in the morning, the elevators for the lifts had a breakdown when we were traveling from Liverpool to Manchester. And by evening, it was fixed.
While here in Uganda,
it could even take years.
To get fixed.
Two, I challenged engineers when we were doing the roads, the expressway, and said, instead of us building a double deck, like it is in the UK, you maintain the traditional road and fly over. So that exposure helps you come back and do things different. It changes your mindset. And for me, that is very encouraging. My only challenge is I wish the decision makers, the political leaders, and the senior policy makers would allow the alumni from the different scholarships to be involved in the centerpiece of developing this country.
Development project.
Yes, so that is another bit. The other bit is that even in the medical field, the profession, the certificate you get in medicine, for example, engineering, gives you leverage to work anywhere globally. Whereas in Uganda, you've heard of the Medical Engineers Council, Association, and whatever. Many of our qualifications here, when you get them and you want to transition to Europe, they ask you to do some remedial classes or exams. You come back and you're really a global citizen in many ways.
That was so interesting. I hope for any of you who want to benefit from these scholarships, you have gotten an idea of what you're missing out. So, Mr. Collins, what impact have these scholarships had on the socio-economic development of Uganda?
Wow, there are a lot of things, and
you could try to brief in them.
Yeah, I'm going to brief in them. We have had, like I said, over 1,900 alumni or scholars given scholarships. And so all these have come in different fields and are contributing. Many are working in health facilities, and that exposure they have got is improving their the quality of healthcare they give. Others are working in epidemiology and supporting modeling of interventions and that kind of thing. Others are working in clinical trials. Others have learned engineering, and they are supporting a lot of the infrastructure around engineering, planning, and that kind of thing. You can see a lot of the redesigning of the lights and the roundabouts in Kampala. I can assure you, many of those who are doing those ones, they may be at least for every 10, 3 must be coming from the Commonwealth Alumni Association. You have people dealing in the energy sector. I know people dealing in the transmission sector who are really planning and designing transmissions, have got engineering degrees from the Commonwealth scholarships, especially electrical. I know people in generation who are mechanical engineers, who have gone and done mechanical engineering, and they're doing that. I know people who are in the wildlife. So in all the sectors, we are having that. But more important, we're also having collaborations between the UK and Uganda. I know the FCDO, which is the development arm of the UK government, is supporting projects that have employed a lot of these alumni to transform our economy from the different sectors. And so for me, that in itself is bridging the gap, the global south and the global north gap, and helping us realize global citizenship and global development. And all I ask is for the UK government and other scholarship bodies to increase the number of scholarships, and let's enjoy the reducing of the global technological global development gaps between the south and the north. Thank you.
Okay. So as we come to an end of this insightful discussion, I would like you to share with us some of the organizations or some of the partnerships and collaborations that you have here in Uganda and abroad. Because I clearly know you have a working partnership with FAWE Uganda.
Yes, so in each of the sectors, we have collaborations. For example, we have collaborations with FCDO. We developed a think tank where we bring the alumni together, and if they want any partnership, either in the private sector or the government sector, with companies, organizations in the UK, that think tank, we have a focal point partnership person within FCDO, which is the UK embassy, who does that linkages. I know there are research collaborations with MRC, with the London School of Hygiene, with Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine, and all the universities within the UK in a way have collaborations. I also know with Open University and Queen Mary's and Makerere. I also know collaborations with the Ministry of Agriculture, National Agricultural Research Organizations, and different research bodies within the UK. I also know that in the transport sector, there is collaborations between KCCA and the different city planning authorities in the UK to kind of benchmark and support establishment. I also know there is a heritage arm and a soft power within the UK embassy in Kampala that is looking at cultural heritage and supporting cultural design of, for example, those traditional buildings in Uganda, and saying how do we redesign them without distorting their architectural integrity, that you maintain the architectural integrity but improve it, and by this year preserving and conserving heritage and culture. So there are a lot of collaborations, but my parting statement would be that I encourage Ugandans to look out for the Commonwealth Scholarships, look out for the Alumni Association, reach out to us through our different platforms, emails, social media like WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Twitter, and the rest. And we would really be happy to support, because at the end of the day, we are supporting Ugandans to get these opportunities, and together we are building and developing our country. Yeah.
So, briefly, before you bid us farewell, what is your opinion on dramatizing content, or how best do you think this content or these ideas of the Commonwealth can be dramatized and given to the public? Because we have a generation of people that are visually attracted, but their listening is really not good.
Wow, thank you. That takes me to one of my expertises, which is mental health. And again, I have many faces. And so we know that with this digital era, there's a lot of limited concentration span among young people. One of the things I think should be done is interest them at an early age to build on career paths, but also help young people to ask how they are going to contribute to development rather than what they want to be. When we were growing up, we would say, what do you want to be? Engineer. Oh, doctor. Oh, but now we want to say, how do you want to contribute? And again, through cultural heritage, and soft power. The British Council is working very closely with FCDO to kind of have those cultural expos and that kind of thing. And together, I am thinking that if such engagements could happen, like I said, the Alumni Association is really outward looking and collaborative. If we could work with organizations, the media houses, to have more of these talks, engage with schools, engage with institutions, engage with teachers. We know very well that we have the new curriculum for A-level, for O-level. But the question is, why don't you make that curriculum start at the grassroots? Because again, one of the reasons why the UK and other European countries are doing better than us is because they give their learners hands-on. The kind of lectures, for example, that we had when we were doing the fellowships and the scholarships were very engaging and very different from what we have in Makerere, Chambogo, UCU and others. So it gives a hands-on experience, and they mark you based on your contribution, generation of ideas, rather than listening. So they give you a task and say, could you review these 25 transcripts? And they are done. Thank you very much.
Okay. That was it from Mr. Collins Ogara from the Commonwealth Scholarships and Fellowships Alumni Association of Uganda. It was such an insightful discussion, and I hope each of you has learned something and unlearned something from his discussion. So he has clearly told you that these scholarships are free of charge, and they are based on someone's credibility. Like, there is no paying for money for it. The evaluation process is credible and authentic, so there is no need for you to worry that you'll miss out on the scholarships, as long as you are credible and you're fit for this scholarship program. I remain Patricia Nandago. Till next time, bye.